Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come. AlexBale has uploaded yet another one of his theories, and this is a go when it comes to theories. Like, he's literally known as the SpongeBob guy. I feel like a lot of the knowledge and hidden secrets come because he deep dives the show. And I know it sounds like silly stuff, but the way that he does his videos and puts work into it, it's just so admirable. Right now, he did upload a new video, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid Theory, and it's 2 days ago. Dude, I cannot wait. Let's do this.
That at first glance seems completely normal, but there's something on this page that, once you see it, will forever change the way you look at these books. There's a genuinely unnerving implication here that I don't think anyone has ever talked about before today.
Well, show us, Alex. Show us.
Zooey Mama. Hi there. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a classic children's book series about a
Man,
narcissistic
so excited.
like Heffley who believes one day he'll be famous.
The only reason I agree to writing this thing is because when I'm rich and famous, I'll have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long.
But until then, he's stuck in middle school dealing with his crazy family and the weird kids at school.
You want to see my secret freckle?
I hated this kid, man.
This theory's not going to be about Fregley, by the way. I don't think I'm capable of figuring out what's going on with him. They've gone on to make 20 books, 4 Rowley spin-offs, and 7 movie adaptations, and there are no signs of them ever slowing down. And
They shouldn't.
The weird thing about this
They
is
should
that
not.
Not only do these books get
Let me hit
a
the
lot
like
more
here.
cartoony and unrealistic as they go along, but by book 20, Greg is still in middle school. He never ages. And look, I know this is a thing that happens in a lot of different media about kids in school, but the thing that's interesting about Diary of a Wimpy Kid is that the books themselves are constantly acknowledging it. But for now, I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of morons.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been stuck in middle school forever. I looked in the mirror, but everything looked exactly the same as it always does.
You got kids like me who haven't had their growth spurt yet, mixed in with gorillas who have to shave twice a day.
From the start,
Huh.
these diaries have been drawing attention
Interesting.
to the fact that Greg doesn't age, which makes me feel like there might be some kind of in-universe explanation for it. And look, I promise this is the
Yo, you know where he comes out on? He comes out on How I Met Your Mother. He's one of those little kids that they reuse twice. I think one of them is one of Ted's nephews, and then the other one is Barney's fake kid.
not going to be another edgy, oh, Greg is actually dead theory. No, I think there's actually a much simpler explanation. These books are not the objective truth. They are diaries written by an egotistical sociopath who is constantly lying to make himself look better. Greg is the definition of an unreliable narrator. So, for all we know,
Okay, like literally everybody knows that whole little meme where what's his name? Where Rowley basically tells Greg to, go screw himself because he's a dick. Like I don't think that's a stretch to say that.
Greg is aging normally, but for whatever reason, he's just choosing to lie about it in his diaries. That's the most logical in-universe explanation. Or that's at least what I thought until I found
Damn it, Alex.
detail on page 122 of the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. A page that forever changed the way that I looked at these diaries. On this page,
Oh my
Greg
God.
talks about giving his parents the same gifts for Christmas every year. I gave mom and dad their gifts. I get them the same kind of thing every year, but parents eat that stuff up. And then we see a drawing of Greg giving his parents their gifts. Do you see anything wrong with this? Look very closely. Greg believes that his parents eat that stuff up, but in the drawing, his parents are clearly unhappy with their gifts. The drawing contradicts Greg's opinion, which means Greg couldn't have written this page. Wait a second.
What?
Is Greg not the author of his diaries?
What?
Okay, so Obviously, I know that Jeff Kinney is the real author of these books, and all of this is just fictional. But I'm saying, in the universe of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, what if someone else is writing these diaries pretending to be Greg? Have you ever noticed how the diaries are constantly cutting to other perspectives when Greg isn't around? We've kind of just had to assume that Greg either heard about these things after the fact, or maybe he was just exaggerating. But sometimes they really feel like they're telling us things that Greg wouldn't know. Mom likes to rent these romantic comedies, and she makes Dad watch them with her. But I know Dad is just waiting for the first chance to break away and go back down to the basement. How does Greg know this? I mean, who else but Frank would know what he was secretly thinking about in this moment?
I mean, Greg could literally just know this based off of like repetition and patterns. Like as soon as the movie's over, the dad goes down to the basement. Come on, man.
Doesn't feel like something he would tell his son about later. In fact, these books are full of moments like this that feel like they're specifically from Greg's dad's perspective. Greg even claims at the start of Third Wheel that he can remember things from when he was in his mother's womb. And the things he remembers do feel kind of accurate, but wouldn't it make way more sense if these were actually Frank's memories from when his wife was pregnant? What if Frank is the real author of the diaries? What if these are books that Frank is writing based on his son's life for some unknown reason? And it's okay if you're not fully on board yet, because I didn't really take this seriously either until I found something insane. At the start of Dog Days, we are told that there is a newspaper comic called Lil Cutie that Frank and Greg read together every day. And we find out that Lil Cutie is a comic series that was written by a father based on his son. Look at these two drawings on the same page. You can't tell me they aren't trying to frame Frank and Greg in the exact same way as the Lil Cutie author and his son. And that's not even the craziest part, because on the very next page it says,
Man.
I guess now that the real Little Cutie is all grown up, his dad's having trouble coming up with new material. His dad's having trouble coming up with new material. Is this not exactly what we've been talking about this whole time? The diaries get cartoonier and Greg never ages because now that his son is grown up, Frank is out of new material and he's forced to just make stuff up.
I'm telling you, bro, this dude, it sounds bro's always cooking.
Even find out in Old School that Frank had a very similar childhood to Greg. He also had a best friend like Rowley, a dog, and two brothers that annoyed him. So maybe some of Greg's middle school stories are actually based on Frank's childhood memories.
Okay.
Here fits perfectly. Now, if you still don't believe me, I have one final question.
Okay.
A question that's been right in front of our faces this entire time, but we never thought to ask it before now. Why are these books called Diaries of a Wimpy Kid? Why would Greg, someone who is consistently shown as narcissistic and egotistical, ever refer to himself as wimpy? Greg has an extremely high opinion of himself. That's like his main thing.
You guys, I'm not gonna take the view away from him too much. Go ahead and check it out. Honestly, just one of the best reviews, one of the best ways to go on about it. I love the way he's doing this theory. Let me know if you guys want me to react to some more of his theories because brother stays cooking. I'm not even lying. Anyways, guys, that's about it. Goodbye.